Welcome back to Full Circle with Mikali. How are you doing this morning? Like I said, we love to hear from you, sending all your questions, 111 We will be sampling them as the show goes on. Switch TV KE, Instagram, Switch TV Kenya on Facebook. Right now, though, today is World Health Day. Did you know? Huh? Randy Bumper. It's time for Family Circle. We have the director of Platform Capital in the building, Paul Okunaya. I hope I say the name right. Welcome
Correct.
to the show.
Thank you.
And you're doing something very big today in terms of World Health Day.
World
And
Health
just
Day.
before we get to what is happening today, maybe you can just tell us a bit more about World Health Day. What is the theme this year?
So the theme for World Health Day this year is a fairer and healthier world. And what you notice is with the pandemic that came last year, I mean, across the world, people were unprepared for it, and people responded differently.
That's true.
People, businesses, families struggled through, and why some people were able to overcome. For example, in Germany, they had strong hospitals. China, where it came from, was able to build hospitals in few days and weeks. And people responded differently. So like they say, life is not fair, the world is not fair. And so really the theme this year is to make the world fairer and healthier, so we can get people that were not able to respond to health issues, get them better prepared, get them healthier, and make the world fairer, basically.
I think that would be a beautiful thing to see the world at that point. And last year taught us that when we think we had a healthcare system in line, that we had nothing compared to some other parts of the world, which you rightfully mentioned. But what about Platform Capital? How does it? What does it do? And how is it related to World Health Day?
Yeah. I mean, first of all, Platform Capital, we're global investors. We're global investment house, investing in companies across the globe, mainly in Africa. So basically what you see of Platform Capital, we invest directly in companies and through funds of funds, to our fund of funds investment strategy, and we offer investment advisory as well. So out of Lagos, we're in Ghana, we're in Kenya, we South Africa, footprints in Mexico, in the US, and South Africa. So what we're doing with the World Health Day is we want to impact our communities where we have footprints. We want to impact lives because you need to be healthy to be wealthy. Our team really is changing the African narrative. A lot of beautiful, interesting things was said last year at the pandemic. The world feared for Africa. They were like, how will Africa survive? A statement that was made sometimes. Someone said people will probably be dropping the streets in Africa. So the pandemic taught us that. We saw that. So it's not just about profit. It's not about money. It's about life and for us. So what we're doing in Platform Capital is being a part of the World Health Day. We're saying we want to make the world healthier. We want to make people healthier. We're doing this globally across 8 countries, like I said, in Lagos, in Ghana, in Liberia, in Sierra Leone, in South Africa, in Mexico, in the US. We're today reaching our communities. We're training the communities to live healthier. We're working with community health workers, for example, in Kenya, and working with our partners in all of these countries. In Kenya, we're working with Cocoa Networks, we're working with Lipa Letter, and also Afia Recon to reach out to communities. We're reaching out to, particularly here in Kenya, in Dagoretti. We're going to be starting with the training the health community workers to then train and work with the community, the slums all around Dagoretti. We will be doing that most of today, and then we'll be going to Madari, doing the same thing there, and then reaching out, giving health kits, COVID health kits, and some other basic sanitary kits to help them live healthier. And so that's it. So for us, it's important because, like I said, not just about the wealth. You have to be healthy.
I think health is the greatest wealth, because if you're unhealthy, you're not even able to get out there and make that money that you used to do when you were healthy. But talking about, working with these communities, Dagoretti, Madare, today, and you're saying this is happening across 8 countries in the world. That is pretty huge.
Absolutely.
So has it started already?
Yes. So in fact, it's really interesting because Kenya is ahead. because when
Yeah.
you look at the location,
Yeah.
they are all behind. So we're starting. So this is really the first point, and everyone will be at some point will be working simultaneously. We're actually covering this and streaming live across the 8 countries.
Wow,
So there's going to
that's
be yeah,
dope.
there's going to be overlap of the events happening live. So I mean, from where you connect, we're having a connection, a link where you can view what is happening across all of these locations. So in parallel, we're all going to be starting our day, and in parallel there's going to be at that point some hours where we all at the same time be having our outreaches across Liberia, Sierra Leone, South Africa, Kenya, here in Lagos, Mexico, in New York, in the US. So it's all happening at the same time, and for us it's important we have footprints in all of these countries.
Yes.
And then working with various partners, so partners and portfolio companies, because we've invested in all of these companies. So in Kenya we've invested in Cocoa Networks, we're investors in Lipalata, in Afia Recon, through Ada Labs, and also some of our other partners we're working all together here, like Bookings Africa.
Okay. And with COVID regulations and everything, I mean, like currently in Kenya, we are under lockdown. And thank God the places that you'll be working on are within the places that are open and we can move around. But then we also have the regulations of, a number of people. So how is that going to happen with, less crowds?
Yeah.
Because if you're going to be handing out stuff, you know how we are.
Yep.
And we like to receive these things. How are we going to regulate that? To just make sure that we also follow the Ministry of Health regulations.
Absolutely. I mean, it's important, especially, working in various geographies, to understand the regulations, the permits that are required and necessary, even for video coverage. I mean, I only got to know that, we needed to get a permit even to live stream.
Yes.
And all of the necessary health permits and regulatory permits has been secured. We got all of the approvals. We're working already also with health community workers and medical healthcare providers. So all of the necessary, first, all the permits has been secured. We got all of that even for the coverage. And yes, I mean, initially, because like you would figure out, we had all of this in the works and in planning. And then the president announced the restrictions and all that. So we're like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen? So immediately we improvised, and so instead of having this broad field engagement and having everyone come to the field and engaging, and in fact we're going to be doing initially also here, even though it's happening in the other locations, we're going to be having some basic tests, BMI, blood pressure, sugar level, and all of this.
And that means a lot of people would have
a lot of people and a lot of contacts.
Yes.
But we didn't do that, or we're not going to continue with that. So what we're doing basically is going to be the healthcare teaching, engagement, and then giving of the kits and all that. So what we're approaching, the approach we're adopting is actually a door-to-door. We already did a recce. We're out in the field. We've done pre-engage with people we're going to be reaching out to, so we can control the crowd. So it's just going to be a one-on-one contact, one-on-one reach. Again, social distance will be maintained. Necessary precautions will be followed, wearing our gloves and our face masks and all of that, and having that restricted environment and reaching the homes from door to door. So it's with limited people. So basically that's the approach. So we're not having everybody coming in. For the training, it's going to be mainly the community health workers that will be trained. And of course, basically maintaining the number of people in the room, with the cap in the room, and also social distancing. So that's the approach we've adopted for today.
Okay. And are we going to be seeing this happen in other parts of the counties, like other parts of the country, in other counties, or is it just going to be the Dagoretti, Mathare?
Yes, it's going to be just Dagoretti and Mathare. I mean, we plan to do Kibera.
Yes.
So depending on the time and how we engage, we could do Kibera and also Babadogo.
Yes,
Right.
you got it right. Yes, you did. So, and Babadogo, depending on how the others roll out, but it's starting at Dagoretti first, then heading to Mathare. Why did you choose this particular locations for this?
Yes, so we're working with our partners. They know the environment better, and,
Yes.
and where they have also more influence. Because, for example, working with AfroRecon, where they've done some of these things previously, and they even have a dedicated youth leader working on all this. So basically, advice and counsel. And so that's just basically why. I also come from our partners from Cocoa Network. They have very widespread reach also in Madari particularly. So Kibera is still in there, and Baba Dogo, yeah.
Okay. And how can we, watching this and not being able to be part of it, to walk the journey with you today, how can we then help or stream live or, just be part of the movement for today as we celebrate or create awareness around World Health Day?
Talking about we now?
Yes, us guys.
Okay, cool.
Everybody who's watching and probably they're hearing this for the first time, but they'd like to do
Yes.
something
Yes.
to just help you and help, Platform Capital to just, make sure that this actually happens.
I mean, for helping us, Switch TV can come over and stream live and cover it along
Yes,
with us. I
yes.
mean, that would be fantastic and something
Okay.
that would be good.
Okay.
I mean, for everybody else, it's not really for us to be helped.
Yes.
It's only what I would say is to connect to the World Health Day. And what we're saying is we want to make it fairer and healthier. We want to make the world healthier, fairer. Your neighbors, you want to reach out to them. You want to do something to make the world healthier and fairer, because life, like they say, is not fair.
Yeah.
And people don't have the same means. Businesses
No.
suffered, businesses collapsed, and even with the lockdown, even some kids are less educated because they talk about remote learning education. Some people cannot afford data, some people don't have the facility to connect to TV. So basically kids are less educated. So but you want to do something else to help one way or the other. You want to lend a computer, you want to do something to
Yeah.
just make that kid next door
Yes.
continue to get learning continue, basically. So we say what we're doing you can do within your own capacity.
Exactly. I think that's beautiful that maybe you won't be able to go to Kibera today or Babadogo, but when you look around you, what it is that you can do to change someone else's life.
Correct.
And what are the handles? How do we stream? Where are we checking? What page is that?
Okay, I mean, we can provide the link. It's a link. When you click on it, you get on, and you can stream and follow across Mexico, the US, Liberia, Sierra Leone, South Africa, Lagos, and Ghana as well. So it's 8 locations. We can provide the link, and that can be shared on this Switch TV.
On Switch TV. Does Platform Capital have a social media handle as well?
Absolutely.
Because I think it would be easier for people to just go
that's
onto
correct.
that to just get the link there.
Absolutely. So on Instagram, you find us, Platform Capital. On LinkedIn, you find us, Platform Capital.
Yes.
And even on Twitter. So we're strong. We have very strong presence on the platform. And you see engagements happening there. And linked will be posted there. Absolutely. So for LinkedIn and Instagram, you find us strongly there.
Okay.
And of course, you can look up our website. If you Google Platform Capital, you'll find us.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming through and for sharing this information with us. And we want to wish everybody out there a healthier day, more empowering day. And like he said, you can just do the best that you can within the place that you're at. But today we look out for what Platform Capital will be doing across 8 countries across the globe. We're taking a very short commercial break. We will be right back.